Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon from wherever you are watching from. You are tuned in to season 1 of Candid with Vonzoe. And this evening we have another amazing personality in the studio with us today. She is a beautiful young lady that specializes in custom wig extensions and hair care. It's my honor to introduce to you guys this evening Miss Mary Tieko. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Miss Mary, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you grew up, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would like to say thank you for bringing me on your show. It's a pleasure, and I appreciate it. You're doing such a great job,
Thank
and
you.
I'm just so excited for you.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Okay.
So my name is Mary Tieko, and I am a hairstylist based in Westerville, Ohio, or Columbus, Ohio. I specialize specifically in custom wigs and extensions, as well as hair care. I want my clients' hair to naturally grow, very nice and full, but then in the process of it, I use the the custom wigs or the extensions as a protective style that will still give them different ways to wear their hair, but they're still growing their hair. So I put those, hair care with extensions together. So, yep.
Awesome. So, at what age did you decide that you were going to actually go into hair as your profession?
I get asked this question all the time, and I cannot actually tell you what age I decided to get into hair. But what I will say is I did realize that I had a natural knack for it in my early teens, so around 16, 17. That's when I realized that I had a natural knack for it, and people really liked me doing hair. So I would say around that age.
And so, how did you know that hair was something that you actually wanted to do and it wasn't something that you wanted to do just as a side job or something?
I listened to Steve Harvey not too long ago, and he said that everybody should be in their gift. The word says your gift will make room for you. And he described a gift, how to know that something that you can do is a gift. And what he was saying was that a gift is something that you can easily do, but you're good at it. And I didn't know his definition at that time, but given his definition, because I really like that idea, that definition, I will say that hair has always been that one thing I could do, and I could easily do it. And it wasn't a challenge for me to learn it wasn't a challenge for me to better myself in doing hair. So it was a gift, and I didn't mind it, and it came easy to me, and I wanted to also challenge myself in it. So yeah, that's how I knew that. And then even when I did do it, people liked it as well. So it was easy for me.
Yeah.
It challenged me, but then people liked it. So the supply and demand was there.
Yeah. So, Miss Mary, how did you involve God in your decision to basically become a hairdresser or a professional hairstylist instead of being a doctor or a lawyer? And how did your parents take that? Because in today's age, most, especially Ghanaian parents, or let's say foreign parents, are more they want you to be a doctor or a lawyer or a nurse or something like that. So how did that work for you?
Yeah, great question. I would say that, again, we discussed about the giftings and what is a gift. And I love the Steve Harvey definition of a gift. A gift is something that you're doing something, it easily comes to you. You want to challenge yourself to know more about it. And also, people is something that you can easily do and challenge yourself in. And I'm saying that to say that everybody has a gift. God has given all of us a gift. And these gifts manifest in different ways. But as we all use these gifts, it makes the world go round. You see what I mean? So, in my case, I realized that what I was like, how did I know that I was going to be a hairstylist? Nobody's path is necessarily, you don't know what path you're going to take on. I mean, you can say that you want to do this, say that you want to do that, but I wanted a path that God had for me. And I prayed about it. I'm like, okay, God, like, I know I'm really good at doing hair. People really like it, but I want to do what you want me to do. So one thing that I will say is that I prayed about it. And even after I prayed about it, I saw that I even had more desire to do it. On top of that, too, more people was coming to get their hair done by me as well. And I wanted to do better. I wanted to make my clients smile as they walked out. But, you know, as to why I didn't become, I mean, I think that would answer why I didn't become anything other than I'm walking in my purpose. And I think that everybody should walk in their purpose. You shouldn't do something because people are telling you to do it. If you are good in, if you care about people and you want to show that care with medicine, that's great. If you care about people and you want to show that through advocating for them, becoming a lawyer, that's beautiful. In my case, I wanted to care for people by making them look good. So I went into hairstyling, right? If you want to feed people, you want to care for people by feeding people, you become a chef or you open a restaurant. It makes the world go around. So that's just what that was. And luckily for me, my parents saw that it was something that people loved and saw that I loved doing it. I never complained when I did hair. I never complained. I used to complain about a lot of stuff, but hair was something that I never complained over. So my dad actually at some point in high school, after telling him that I wanted to join the Army, I wanted to do Peace Corps. See, those two things are things that you have to be very sure of. They're very long-lasting things. And so that should share you how I wanted to use my life to do something that was going to be positive and help people. And so he thought that I was he thought that I was crazy, and it was like, okay, you know what, let's just go back to the drawing board. Let me not force her into doing something that she doesn't want to do. So we had a discussion. Actually, he brought it up to me. Do I want to go to hair school or do I want to go to college? And I was surprised, you know, coming from where we come from. They really want us to just get into a career that is safe. Safe as in you have a salary and you can get, you know, with that salary you can get a house, you can get a certain type of car, you can build a lifestyle. But, you know, it's as you get older, life is not so clear and cut like that. Even if you do earn a six-figure job, or life is not just clear and cut. It just helps you to want to do something that you're purposed to do. Because the challenges will come whether you're in purpose or not. So you want to make sure that you're in purpose. So that you will have the strength to overcome it. So luckily for my parents, that they gave me that option for me to either go to college or hair school. I decided to go to college because I value education. So I was like, you know what? I can go to hair school. We both agreed. My dad and me agreed, or my parents and me decided go to college for business. And then after college, I would go to hair school. And then from that, I would start my own business from that. So yeah, and throughout that time, you know, I loved doing hair. So I just educated myself and got better and better and better at it. Always on looking at the what is latest right now.
What's trending.
What's trending. And not even just what's even trending, but the basics of hair.
Just learning the So guys, the conversation is getting really, really deep and interesting, but we have to take a break. So let's spin around a bit and we'll be right back.
Hey, hey, hey! What time is it? It's the Candid with Vonzoe, but we intercepted with a different segment called the Throne Room Experience on El.DikaiooTv, where we say feel the spirit in the air. This Throne Room Experience is going to be an intense time of praises and worship to the Most High God. In Psalm 22 verse 3, the Bible says, "For the Lord inhabits in the praise of his people, which you are part of it." So make a date with us this and every Sunday, 7 p.m., and God is going to bless you. Like, share, and tell a friend to tell a friend that Throne Room Experience is happening.
Welcome back, everyone. You are still tuned in to Candid with Vonzoe, and in the studio this evening we have Miss Mary Tieko. So, Mary, before we left, we were kind of talking about you going to school for business and then going to hair school. So, as a young lady being in the business world, how has it been?
How has it been? Business comes with a lot of things you don't really expect. There's a lot of things that you don't expect. I would give you example. When I did get into my first year of business, the first salon that I went to closed down within 8 months of opening.
Wow.
And then I went to the second one, and after that salon being open for 6 years, closed down when I got there. So and I was there for 3 months, and that salon closed down.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was basically just like closed down after closed down.
It was close. It was something else. And so, but through it all, I had always prayed. Every move that I make, I always make sure that I pray. But prayer is a tool, but you need to do your homework.
Yeah.
Okay, know the economy you're in, no marketing. Right? There's no business, know the school of business. Also know that as well. So as you're in the school of prayer, you're also in the school of business. Just be a student of life, And so in my case, I was praying. I prayed each step of the way, but these things still happened. So I still needed to go and research and look at my options and stuff like that. So when that last salon closed, I was like, okay, God, I cannot afford to go into another salon and halt my business because the salon is about to close down. I mean, this salon was open for 6 years. What were the chances? And that still closed down. So it closed down, let's say on a Friday. I had to go back to work on a Wednesday.
Wow.
So I needed a place to, go and stay, go and have, I needed a place of business ASAP. And so I was praying about it, and then I had this place that was ringing into my head. And so Monday came, I had the boldness. I had a friend that was already working in that same building. So I went and I asked her, how do you like working here? And she said that, yeah, she likes it. So I talked to the owner, the property manager of the place, or owner, and he was like, I can get the keys to my studio as soon as possible.
Wow.
So I got that. And funny enough, when I was at that second salon, I registered my business and I got the bank account, and I did things the legal way. If I hadn't done that, the only reason why I was doing that was because I was having a bit of a issue getting money. There was a bit of an issue at that salon with money. So she told me, you need to go and get your own credit system because this is not working. Because I was booth renting as well. And so, because I had gotten everything legally set up for the business, when I went to go and work by myself this time, 3 months later, everything could work out. So if I didn't use that challenge that I had at that last salon that I was at and looked at it and solved that situation with the credit card issue, I wouldn't have been able to be ready for that salon. But also too, for my own salon, but also too, given everything that has happened, all the salons closing down and you know, even when that first salon closed down, I was going out of the country when I found out that salon was closing down. So when I came back, I didn't have a place to stay. So I had to get a salon before I left on my trip.
Wow.
Yeah, there was so much stuff that even like happened between that, you know, that year. But it prepared me to be able to handle my own salon when that time came. And so, yeah, so the challenges will come, you know, even when I did get to my, you know, own salon, expenses had tripled, which means that my income needed to triple. So now I have to go into marketing, and I had to do things on a higher scale. And I need knowledge for that, because wherever you are in life is because of the knowledge that you have. So if you want to get higher, you need to get more knowledge. Yeah. So yeah, the challenges are many, but I would say having knowledge, and prayer, and just using everything. Work hard, believe in yourself, have faith. You know, all these. You know, fast. All of these are tools. One should not be more than the other. It's all tools that you need to absolutely use to get to your higher self. Yeah.
So, Miss Mary, you're not only a young lady that's an entrepreneur, you are also African American, and you are young at that. So, what are a bit of the pros and cons? You're also a female. So, what are the pros and cons when it comes to, you know, all those titles and having your own salon and all that?
The lack of experience. You don't have experience. You don't. You just don't. So a person that starts their business in their 30s or 40s have more experience than you.
Yeah.
So you have to, you really have to be a studier so that you can avoid as much classic mistakes as possible. So yeah, it's the lack of experience for me, at least, has been. Yeah, because you have zeal, so that's not the problem. You have zeal, you have zeal, you want to do it, you know, the ambition is there, but the lack of experience is important too in this aspect, because when something comes up, you can easily give up. Unlike a person has lived longer, has been through more, they'll know that, you know what, I made it through so many other things. This too shall pass. So yeah, and that's the mindset we all need to have. Everything that you're everything you're going through in life will pass. So the thing is to get the wisdom out of it, because you're going to need it for the next test.
Yeah. Guys, let's take a very quick break, and when we come back, we will wrap it up. J-Roll Confidence Wear. Quality never goes out of style. Hey guys, welcome back to Candid with Vonzo Way, and we are still in the studio with the amazing Mary Tieko. So, Miss Mary, before we left, we were talking about the pros and the cons of being, you know, a young business owner. So, how has God turned those cons to work in your favor?
Get knowledge. God don't put nothing on a silver platter now. You need to, when he you know what you need to do. And if you don't do what you need to do, don't expect more. That's all I got to say.
That's it.
That's it. So, you know you got to do something right now, do it. If you don't do it, you can expect God to move. He probably won't.
So in order for him to even make those cons work in your favor, you have to first
everything is done from the future. I'm sorry. Everything is done from, he's an Alpha and Omega, so beginning to the end. So he knows the end and he knows the beginning from the end from the beginning. So he knows everything.
Yeah.
So it's not for him to figure out. It's for you to figure out.
Yeah.
And it's for you to use the tools, because you have to know that you have everything in you. We didn't get, our parents didn't have us this big. We were babies.
Yeah.
And everything that was in the baby was in us, that you would even grow up, so much so that you even look like a different person by the time you reach your maturity. That was in you. It's in you. It just takes time for that to come out. So you need to understand that whatever that you're facing now can be used for your good. How do I use this for my good? Learn from it. Right? Or let it just sit there and do what you need to do. But always be doing something that you know you need to do. And if you don't know what to do, you might just have to just be still. Like, after you've done all you can, stand, be still. But if you haven't done all you can, do all you can.
Wow, guys.
Yeah.
So at this juncture, we are going to wrap up for this evening's interview. I know that you have learned a lot, and I've learned a ton. Miss Mary, do you have any last remarks, any last words or shout outs that you want to give to our audience today?
Last words that I would say, I always say this all the time, for young people like me and you, there's a lot of challenges that we do face, but it never goes away. Those challenges, that's just life. Life challenges, they go hand in hand. But, you know, you are an overcomer. So you're going to get over these challenges. Nothing is permanent. I want the good part to always be permanent, though. But it's always good. It's good. If you have life, you're good.
Yeah.
You know, you're good. You can always overcome. So what I would say is that be a student of life. Whatever questions you have in life, research it. Ask people. Me right now, I'm challenging a lot of different things that I have always believed. I'm challenging it and I'm finding that I'm challenging it because I'm growing. So it's natural for you to challenge those things. And you should, because you may not need it for the next level that you're going to. But one thing that has to always be constant in your life is that Jesus is in the middle of your life. So when you wake up, you're praying to him.
Yeah.
When you go to bed, you're praying to him. And you're always just offering yourself back to him. Like, Father God, like, let your will be done in my life. Just say that prayer. Let your will be done in my life. And he will direct all your path. That's just what it is. And it's going to be very hard. You might cry, you know, but it might be lonely, you know, but God is always with you, so you're really not alone. I mean, Psalms 23.
Yeah.
You're never alone. So, that's really what I like have to say. Don't be afraid to be a leader, and you don't have to be a leader on a big scale, but just be a leader in doing what is right, in what you know to do right, do it.
Wow, thank you.
So,
thank you for being here today with us.
You're welcome.
So guys, you heard it here first. You heard it on Candid with Vaughn's Away first, that you should always, always, always be a student of life. Well guys, tonight's interview has come to an end, and I know that you're sitting behind your screens and you're like, no, continue, but we will have to see you guys next week. So go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.